So how was your day today?
Well, it was good. I mean, it's a long day, but I'm here with you.
Aw, that was so sweet.
How about you?
Long and stressful and doing 50 million things, being a mom, working. And like, to be honest, I don't want to say annoyed, but we have to like do this episode over again.
We do.
It's like a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We lost all of our
footage, guys,
from yesterday. Thanks to Ramel.
Wow. We're doing that.
Yeah, throwing you under the bus.
The camera died. That's what happened.
The camera died. You were supposed to charge it.
I did. And then it took too long. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was a learning curve of being podcasters. So we learned our lesson. And
we did.
I think it's a great opportunity to just like have the conversation again, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just, it's human nature. It happens. And pick it up. So it's a good thing that we're talking about what we're talking about today. We're talking about creativity and navigating
life.
And how do we do it? Sometimes things drop, fumble, whatever.
Don't happen the way that you want it to happen or go.
Yep. But you get back up.
And you go again.
There you go. So, what are we here to talk about today?
Well, welcome, guys. This is episode 2 of Unfiltered Pod. And today we're going to be talking about being creatives.
Hold on. What? Being creatives. What did we do? Something looks different.
Oh, as you guys can tell, we have a whole new set. And I think for both of us, we just really wanted to take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
And invest in ourselves and invest in this project that we're doing and take it seriously. So this is the Unfiltered Podcast official studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's dope. I think we pulled it together in a few days, and it was crazy because sometimes we don't get that much opportunities to do something like this. So the fact that we did it and we're like, let's do it. Let's take a step up.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Just to be like transparent, like it may look like a little bit, but it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
At the point of where we were, we had about nothing in our bank account. Yep. And we're like, we're going to IKEA on whatever we got there, and we're going to make it work.
And they were closing in an hour.
And then IKEA was closing an hour. Then we had to take one of the kids with us. And we had to like shop on a budget.
Yep.
But I think those are all of the quirks of, you know, being a creative. You know,
no, for sure.
And kind of stepping out on faith and doing something.
Yeah.
And just a little bit background. This is, well, we have a multifamily home.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So one of our tenants moved out.
Yeah.
And for a long time, we were thinking, well, we gotta get this apartment back.
Yeah. Up
and running, painted, so that we can rent it out to someone else.
Yeah.
But I guess we were like, you know what? Let's take that leap of faith let's make it our studio.
Yeah. So it's crazy because
crazy faith.
It is crazy faith, and we're doing it. So.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So let's talk about us, right? Let's talk about us. So we're both creatives in our own spaces, our own element. I could talk about myself, I guess, first, right?
Yeah.
Man, I have been in the live events industry for 10 plus years, right? Freelancing and doing a bunch of events. I've had some dope opportunities to just do some, amazing creative things, I think.
Yeah.
You know, from building LED walls and doing festivals,
Louis Vuitton, French Montana.
Shows, yeah, DJ Khaled. There's a bunch of people. You know, the Snoop Dogg show.
Oh yeah,
that I did. Nipsey Hussle, yeah. And I think the most iconic for me was getting a chance to VJ for Wu-Tang. I think that was dope, right?
Yeah.
So I've had so many opportunities throughout my life, and one day I was like, man, let's start a business. Let me do something. So me and my good friend Delvin, my business partner, we decided, hey, let's start a business together. Let's start an AV company. And that was another leap of faith that we took, you know, when people were kind of like, what are these two black dudes doing, you know, and where did they come off trying to start something and do something for themselves? But it's grown to a place where it's just amazing to see. And I'm so grateful that God gave me the opportunity And then from there, honestly, I have a full-time job.
Yeah.
That is stressful at times, but it's fun. Still in the live events industry. So being a full-time production director and
Done
manager.
some creative
Yeah.
events.
I've done creative events with it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. Now I'm working on a crazy one right now too. But that opportunity, amazing part about it is remote. So I'm home. That's why I'm here. Right. Most times I'm traveling, but I'm home.
Yeah,
So it's a dope opportunity. And man, I think production just follows me because that's my ministry.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I serve as a production director at my church, Purpose Life Church. Shameless plug.
If you're ever in the Brooklyn area,
yep.
check out our church. PLC.
Come check us out. So it's dope to be able to translate my professional career to my ministry, or even vice versa, I guess. The opportunity to serve in the same capacity, but honestly, it probably is more rewarding.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's the part about me. But what about you?
I think it's amazing that what you said last, that your professional career translate into your ministry.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit different for me because by trade I'm a nurse, a registered nurse.
Yeah, make sure you put that registered in front.
Boo.
Put that RN in front.
Put the RN
that
on
RN money.
And honestly, that's been my career for the last probably like 7 years, off and on. Because I've had my times of trying to like escape from the nursing world, and I've transitioned into a bunch of different areas of nursing. I worked in hospitals and jails and nursing homes and home care and hospice. Currently, I'm working remote as a case manager.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's just a lot of case management, which isn't bad. But creatively, I have a business called Inspired by Sabby.
Yeah.
And basically, I personalize and custom anything from cups, mugs, tumblers, anything you want personalized, I can do it.
And they are dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over the last like 5 to 7 years, like I've just accumulated like a warehouse of just stuff.
My basement looks crazy right now.
Our basement is like a factory. Like we have an embroidery machine, 2 lasers, 2 crickets. Like if you're in a creativity space, you would know some of those things.
Expensive habit.
Yes, it's an expensive habit in a different way.
Yeah.
But all of that, I don't know. I love doing crafty things. That's just my nature.
Yeah.
And for ministry wise, I'm a social media manager. I help to manage creative projects and also different organizations or ministries on their social platforms.
Yep.
So
speaking to the people.
Yeah. So it's a really great opportunity to market to the digital world.
Yeah.
So, and all of the creative ideas, we kind of put it out there on social.
Outside the 4 walls. It's dope.
Yeah. So I think this episode, we really want to dive into creativity and what it means to be a creative and some of like the struggles that comes with it. That we personally have had some struggles with just being creatives and trying to like figure out like how do we navigate that.
And having full-time jobs.
And having full-time jobs and having kids and
and
everything. And everything. But I think I saw something on Instagram or maybe it was on some social platform. And the question was, would you leave your 9 to 5 to pursue your job or would you work your 9 to 5 in conjunction with pursuing your dream?
Yeah.
And I said, that's a really good question. And it really made me think like honestly, like what would you do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we've been there too in our moments. But I'll say this. I think I've done it the wrong way and I've done it the right way. Right?
That's it.
So the wrong way is doing it on the whim and not talking to God.
Yeah.
Right? And
not
just
having
saying,
a plan.
Not having a plan. All of the things. And just going, I feel it. I'm going to do it. Right? And did I fail? Not necessarily. But I think I learned from it. Now, I did it the right way. And I'm working the 9 to 5. Right? So I think the right way was me in conjunction with God saying, hey, this is my plan. But what's your plan? right?
Yeah, that's good.
And he allowed me, he gave me an opportunity to just be remote, work remotely, and have some level of freedom flexibility to still be creative. And beyond that, I think honestly, for creatives especially, there is a dream that you have that costs something, right? And you gotta fuel it. You gotta pay for the things. You gotta do the things.
Unless you're stripping.
Yeah, but anyways, but the reality is that if you can, try to keep it. Try to keep your 9 to 5. That's my opinion. Keep your 9 to 5 because it'll allow you to fuel your dream.
Your dream. I'm so on the edge with that question, you know, because I felt like you mentioned, like we've both done it in different ways. And I don't think that there's a right answer necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everyone, you know, has the opportunity to kind of like figure it out. And there's been people that have took a leap of faith and started a business and they never looked back and they made it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's really catered to, every situation is catered differently.
Yeah.
You know, but what I would say in any instance, make sure that if you're taking that leap of faith, that you're actually having a plan, you know, and you're willing to not only take the risk, but also take the things that'll come with the risk. Because it might mean that you're broke, sleeping out your car, your phone bill ain't paid, but there will be a level of sacrifice that will come with taking a leap of faith. And I think that's like something that should be noted.
Of course, yeah. Because I think the leap of faith is, I think here's the thing, the leap of faith has to be in conjunction with God, right? Yeah. So I think sometimes
for it to be correctly done.
Yes. Yeah. I think we call it a leap of faith, but was it a leap of faith, right? Or was it I'm gonna do this, right? So I think that's it. Once you are in the right lane or avenue of calling it what it is, the actual leap of faith part, then I think you'll be okay, right? Because you're calling it it is a leap of faith. That means that you're trusting God to catch you. You're trusting God to be there despite whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
So whichever way it goes, I think it's just like an interesting topic.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting. Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think is the plans, or what ideas do you have when it comes to like being creative and doing it in the right way, or how do you help navigate the struggles of being creative?
Well, I think first we would have to like kind of address like what are the struggles.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, like let's backtrack a little and talk about what are some struggles of being a creative. And I think there's like a plethora of struggles that
talk about it.
You know, we can go through. I think for me personally, I have this thing where if I have one idea, then a second one comes, then a third one comes, all at the same time. And I'm trying to juggle and manage. How can I be able to manage all of these creative ideas and do it well? And oftentimes I'm not able to have the capacity to carry out 50 different dreams. But I think writing it down is helpful.
Oh, yeah, writing it down.
And then like, you know, having a timetable of, okay, this dream I can do right now, but maybe number 2, 3, and number 50, I have to pace myself with it. Yeah.
No, I think people normally do the top of the year, end of the year, mood board. Was it a mood board?
No, it's
vision
a
board. Vision board, yeah. Vision board. And I think that's helpful, right? You put everything, all the thoughts you have. For the iPhoneers, use your notes. You know what I mean? Put it in the notes.
Well, like goal trackers.
Yeah.
You know, like with our church right now, we're doing something where we're looking at things in quarters.
Yeah, each quarter is a year.
Each quarter of the year, like, what are your goals? Like, what do you want to accomplish? Sometimes it's so hard to look at an entire year and be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. But maybe you'll find more wins in being able to track your goals in quarters. You
Correct,
know? Yeah, so I think
that makes sense.
That's very important. I think another struggle would be just like insecurities behind feeling like there's somebody else that does this. Yeah. You know, and I think personally for me, and I'm not sure if this is something for you too as well, even starting this podcast, because this is an idea that we had for
a long time
now. Like this isn't something that we just decided that we wanted to do today. Yeah. And I think for me, I felt like, well, there's a billion people doing it. Yeah. Why do we need to do it?
You know? But I mean, you know my thoughts on that. It's like there are many people doing it. There's a bunch of married couples that are doing podcasts. There's a bunch of creatives doing podcasts. There's a bunch of Christians that are doing podcasts. There's a bunch of people doing podcasts. But I think God has designed us to have our own lanes for a reason.
Yeah, right? And I think that's very important to like kind of hold on to. Like if you're struggling with feeling like, you know, I'm not enough, or this is not enough, or it may not be perfect, or, you know, finding like that way to start. Yeah, I would say just start. You know, there's a million people doing it. Yep. And I personally still struggle with it from time to time, thinking like, why are we doing this? Can we just quit? But literally, if there's like one or two people that you're able to impact, and like kind of like, if they watch this video and they know that I spoke about God and I've directed them in some way to God, then I think that's probably like the most important thing for me personally. Yeah, no, that's it. I think that's the goal, right? Whatever we do, we make disciples, right? We bring people to Christ. We share the kingdom. We share the knowledge of Christ. So in whatever we're doing, you could reach that one person, like you said, right? That maybe no one else reached. Yeah. There might be someone that's in the same situation as you, that they may just understand you, or you may understand them without even honestly ever meeting. Yeah. And I think it's crazy because you're in that realm. That's your ministry of reaching people that you probably won't ever see. I won't ever see.
Reaching people outside of walls. Just they could be across the globe. Yeah. But whatever you're doing or whatever you're saying might reach that one person that no one else could.
And I think that's very important, because even like up to doing this episode again, I was writing down like, what are we going to talk about? Is this going to be organic? Like, and I came across like a YouTube video of this guy, and he was literally on top of like a roof, and he had a horrible day, but he's a creative, and he was just saying his struggles, and that, you know, he's doing this so that, you know, someone can see that they can do it too as well. Yeah. And I think like that hit me, even though he had like a bunch of subscribers. That one video hit me hard, and it touched me personally, because I'm like, good. I can do this now. Like, you know, I feel like I can do it. So even with these videos, these podcasts, these conversations that we're having with each other, I hope that, you know, it'll be able to impact somebody else and let them know that you can do this too as well.
Yeah,
you know?
Please start that podcast.
Yeah, we're rooting for you.
Yeah, please. Don't think because we're doing it, you can't do it. Start a podcast.
And we'll help you.
Yep, we'll help you. Make some cups, you know, do live events, do whatever. Do honestly anything. Yeah. There is other people doing it, but it doesn't matter. But what you should do, you're unique, but definitely connect with other people. Yeah. Connect with other podcasters. Connect with other creatives, other people that are doing cups. Another person's got an album, another person that's cooking, whoever. Music, connect with those people.
Connect with people with like creative juices. And I think when you're in the right environment with other people who think creatively, it kind of like sparks something within you as well, you know?
Yeah. Don't let it be competition. Let it be motivation. No. Let it be motivation. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, do you have any struggles of being a creative?
For me, I think you kind of touched on them, but I think burnout might be it sometimes. And I have to learn to rest. That's important. Resting. Resting, not just sleeping, but sleep. But beyond just sleeping, but honestly just taking intentional time for yourself outside of creating, outside of doing anything.
I remember a couple of years ago, you were going through this phase, and I think that was like probably before we were getting married, or we were working. I think so. Yeah, it was kind of overlapping. Like we were kind of hustling, and at that time to like be able to like save for our wedding. Yeah. And you were working like crazy. Yeah, nonstop, man. Yeah, like I probably wouldn't have seen him for like once in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. But that burnout is real. So rest. Take the intentional time to rest. Even in those moments of resting, and when I mean resting, like I said, not just sleeping, but honestly just taking time for yourself. That's where I heard from God. And he allowed me to kind of give me some more ideas, give me some ideas, some more ideas to create, think of how to navigate the rest of it, the rest of that dream, the rest of that idea, to honestly just put me in a position now where I'm resting, I'm creating, I'm enjoying life, spending time with my kids, my wife, all of these things, and he put that in me in those moments of rest. So it was really good.
And I think that kind of like transitions us into thinking about like, what are you doing to make it work as a creative? You know, and I think you touched on it, like listening to God and resting. That would be like, for me, top priority.
Of course.
Yeah,
you definitely have to. I think with every one of the steps that you're gonna do, I think it is always gonna lead back to God.
Yeah, and it should start with God. So any idea, any vision that you have, take it to the Father and consult with Him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you'll literally be taking like 50 steps back when you can take like 2 giant ones with the Master.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I think you could write down your plans. These are your plans. These are the ideas you have. Your vision board, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, if you don't take that to God and say, okay, God, well, this is what I was thinking. But what are you thinking? Yeah. Because I think He may have a whole different idea. He may have a better idea. He may
that may save you time.
Yeah. He may even say, hey, listen, that's an amazing idea, but not right now.
Yeah.
Right. And be honest, I'm going to say this and be very honest. Sometimes you got to be okay with that.
And I think that's hard because like when you want to do something and you have something that's within you and you're like, I want to do this right now. I think sometimes we are not intentional with the preparation stage.
Yeah.
You know, like preparing for the dream before like we jump out and take that leap. Yeah. And I think that's also important with listening to God and also hearing Him and understanding what are the plans that He wants you to carry out. Preparing for that. Praying. Like, God, like, what is it? How do I prepare? You know?
It's important because I think you can have the idea, you can do the things. It's about sowing your seeds and harvesting. You can't harvest it, you can't reap it if you don't have the bags to collect the things or the whatever. So in the time of you sowing the idea and everything, from that moment you sowed that idea, you have that thought. Now you need to prepare yourself. Maybe there's some classes that you got to take. Some business classes, entrepreneurial classes.
Maybe you might need to get your finances together. You might need to like write a plan, put it on paper. Maybe you might need to pitch it to somebody or be, like we mentioned, be in an environment with other creatives that may help you to be like, what did you think about this?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I think sometimes we often like close ourselves off to like opinions and other people's thoughts. And not everyone's opinion is good. Sometimes when you have too many different opinions, it can be hard because you have too many people in your ear.
Correct.
But going to like some really trusted folks and being like, hey, like this is what I want to do. What do you think? It can help you to like, hey, did you think about this or incorporating that? It might be helpful. I
think a lot of ideas we've connected with other people and they just given us a better idea or
a different angle,
perspectives,
or perspective that we didn't really even think about. Like, dang, I didn't even think about that.
So true. So what's your steps? What's your next steps?
Well, I think we spoke about listening to God, praying, making sure like God, taking it to Him at every step. Then we spoke about creating a plan, preparing for it. And I think also too, what comes with it will be having discipline. Discipline. Consistency.
Preach.
It's not easy. Like literally you might have this idea of like, you know, I want to do this and I'm going to do it now. But if you don't have discipline and consistency to back you up with it, then your whole structure is nothing because you'll start and then you'll stop and then you'll start and then you'll stop. And then people won't trust in like your brand, or they won't trust in what you're doing, or they won't take it serious.
No, it's true. I think there was a study that said if you do something
for I think about a certain amount of days,
28 days, something like 20 or 30 days, it now becomes a habit. Right. So with that, it's, hey, if you have this idea, you need to get up and do it every morning. get up and do it.
You might have to like, and I think one thing that's like important to note, sometimes when you're an entrepreneur or like just starting out, building like a schedule is so hard.
Yeah.
I remember back in like 2 years ago, like I left my job.
Yeah.
I was working as a nurse, and I wrote my boss an email and said, hey, listen, I'm leaving because God told me that I ain't supposed to be here.
And I know his plan.
And I know my boss was probably like, what is going on? But basically I left. And honestly, I'm not even going to negate it. Literally, I heard the voice of God, and God told me, hey, I need you to step out and I need you to do this. But I think the downfall that I had was with the preparation and with the execution. So I didn't build a disciplined life for me to be able to curate content or to do things in a timely fashion. Like I started an Etsy business, and because I wasn't disciplined, I had cup orders and I was trying to do it at the last minute. I had cup orders. I'm like, Mama, you got to get this to USPS right now, or it's going to be late.
It was crazy.
Some orders were late because I wasn't taking the time to literally discipline and say, hey, Monday, I need to do X, Y, and Z. And I think that was my downfall of leaving my job the first time, because I didn't have that ability within myself to be consistent in this thing that I was birthing.
Yeah, no, consistency is vital. I think that's such of an important thing, because what you gain out of the consistency is the full understanding and the routine of it all. But then it allows you to be structured. That structure is what's going to take you, because truthfully, being a business owner,
you probably got to wake up like 4 or 5
There's
o'clock
things
in the
you
morning.
gotta do, right? There's things you got to do for business. You got to file taxes. You got to pay people. You have to make sure invoices are done on time. You have to connect with the people. You have to send things in. You have to do all these things. So being consistent and whatever you're doing is going to help you navigate, because trust me, being a creative is one thing, but also being a business owner is another.
Is another thing.
So the minute you decide to do that is when you now have to be intentional about the structure. So I'm going to say this, that you may need to connect with people that will help you with that. Because it's not easy to be consistent.
It's not easy and it's also not easy to do it alone. I know starting off, sometimes you don't have like the resources or funds to be able to pay someone to like be like your admin. But they have some really dope apps out there. I think you just downloaded one, Motion, the other day. Motion was great. I think it's beautiful. All my calendars are synced, so I know what's going on in my life. I've been following it, and it's been amazing just by putting tasks together. All of these things, it's just been great to use. I think project management tools are good.
Project management tools,
really good way. Asana, Motion, like there's a
plethora
of like different apps that you can use. Find something. If you can't necessarily pay an
and like
admin,
virtual assistants, they're coming up too. I think they're relatively good. Not too expensive, but I think it's good to have the discipline and help yourself with it. And at the end of the day, it all boils back to God, seeking God, talking to God, connecting with him, because I think he'll help you with the discipline as well. So if you wake up every morning reading your Bible, that's your discipline. That's your consistency.
You're forming like a level of discipline and consistency.
Reading your Bible, praying, it's taking 10 minutes of saying, hey, or 10 minutes, an hour, however long it takes to say, okay, cool, let me write down my ideas, right? Maybe try this. Take one day, for instance, take tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it is, and say, I'm going to schedule out half of my day. And I'm going to see if I can now pick this up half of the week. See if I can do this consistently. And that should help you. Hopefully it does. And it helped me kind of working that way.
And I think something that you mentioned that I realized that you started doing, which I think it really inspired me, is that like you'd put yourself on like focus mode on like your phone, and I started doing it.
It's good.
I can't even reach him. I be texting him like, Ramal. I can't even reach him. Like he's locked in for an hour doing one task, and I think that's important. Like take the time out of the day to be like, all right, for this hour, this is what I'm going to accomplish. All right, let me take like a 15-20 minute break. And then let me jump into like this next task that I have to complete. I think that's very vital.
It's good. And I think that's what's going to help you find the tools. That's it. Find the tools.
Yeah, find the tools, find the resources,
Find the people,
network, find all of the stuff
so many
that
things
you need. And I feel like beyond all of this, like, you gotta be hungry, and you gotta like be willing to sacrifice some stuff, because baby,
hustle hard.
It's gonna be some nights you eating rice and beans.
Yep.
It's
cup soup.
That's it. It's gonna be some nights. It's gonna be tough, but I feel like once you have a determination, and a motivation within yourself to say that high or low, this is something that I want to do. I think, mindset is everything.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What a good conversation.
Yeah, I think that was really good talking about creatives.
I mean, we talk about this stuff all the time.
No, we do. We really do have these conversations all the time. That's crazy.
It's good to put it on tape, share it with the world, share it with the people.
I hope this helps in some form or fashion. And we're not perfect. I'm gonna let you know now. I'm still struggling with being consistent. With finding my own rhythm of discipline. So it's not 1, 2, 3.
But I'll say this is what this podcast is about. We're not perfect. We're not portraying that. We're trying to honestly navigate life, show you what it is, show you the struggles of it.
Transparently, honestly.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can take something from it, And we're growing together. We're doing this journey together because we're developing also our discipline on this podcast. I think there's so many times I'm like, do we have to do it?
Yeah. But it's discipline.
It's discipline. It's consistency.
We spend all this money. You're gonna have to.
You already spent all this money on all of this equipment a long time ago.
I did.
This ain't just come out yesterday.
Whatever.
But that is episode 2 of creativity and just navigating life as 9-to-5ers currently.
9-to-5ers. Not currently. I felt it.
What? Yes, I felt it. Currently, because that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it. The Lord ain't done with us.
Hallelujah.
But for right now, that's currently where we are. So we're super excited to share with you guys. A couple of other episodes are coming up that's going to be really spicy and very interesting, but we're going to...
You want me to say it?
I guess.
Okay. The next episode, we're going to talk about ministry.
Yeah.
And like our marriage and ministry and how that's been...
Affected?
Yeah. Not affected.
Not affected.
I
wouldn't use that word.
Yeah. How it's helped,
how we have navigated,
and how we
being married and also serving and doing life with each other,
because it's not full-time, but it feels like it sometimes. So we're doing life, we're doing ministry, we're doing creativity, we're doing all of the things,
we're doing a lot of stuff.
So that's really what it's about. It's just about how do we balance it out, and make it work. Because honestly, at the end of the day, our heart is to serve, so
all the time. Without a doubt, we're serving Jesus to the end. That's it. But that's episode 2. That's a wrap of creativity. Follow us, subscribe, share. Follow us on our YouTube. All about the Cunninghams. Apart from our podcast, we really want to take you on this journey, especially over the next couple of months, because we are birthing another child. We're bringing a 5th child into the pack.
And what happened today?
What happened today?
Eli walked.
Oh, my baby boy walked. I'm so sorry. I'm so plugged into this. I'm so plugged into this podcast right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you follow us and our journey and just what's going on in our life. Like, for us to capture that moment was amazing.
It was amazing. Like, he started taking his first steps, and I told Ramel, this boy ain't never gonna walk.
It was like 2 days ago you said that.
Yeah, 2 days ago I said, I just give up. I'm not even working on him walking because he's just being lazy. And he picked himself up. And between yesterday and today,
boop, 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 boop,
boop, boop, boop, and he's walking. He's like almost running.
Now we're in problems.
Yes, we are. We have to baby lock everything. We've been had to baby lock everything, but just like, subscribe, share this content. Follow us on our YouTube, like I mentioned. Also follow us on our other social platforms, our Instagram, Unfiltered Pod, and also our family page, which is all about the Cunninghams. And also we have a TikTok, Cunningham.family6. We have a lot of socials. We have a lot of content that's coming out. We can't wait to take you on the journey of the next couple of months of our lives. It's going to be very hectic. Bringing another child into this world.
It's and amazing though.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's the end though.
We're
not having no more kids.
No, that's it.
That's it. not happening. But we really just want to share with you our life, our journey, and how we're navigating with the different areas of our life.
Yep.
So we hope you stay tuned and
see you next time.
See you next time.